Hi everybody, it's Patty here. Where do I start? BC is having a hard time right now. A lot of our roads are washed out, like highways, our main through way to the coast. Vancouver and Vancouver Island and stuff is, we have one route right now that is open. If anybody wants to know more about it, I'll put a few videos down below where you can see just how horrible it has been. There was fires this summer and now flooding. I just can't comprehend all this. Like, boy, we must have pissed off Mother Nature. On this video, I have a few FFOs. I have cross-stitch, sewing, and some knitting. I'm going to show my whips and what I'll be taking forward to WhipGo 2022, and some of my plans for 2022 as well. All right, so let's start with my sewing finishes. I combined a couple patterns I found online for tote bags and designed this bag. It's a drawstring bag, but it also has, it also has handles so that you can carry it with your knitting project or whatever, to knitting group or whatever. I meet a couple times, or I meet every Tuesday usually with some friends. We haven't been lately, but hopefully soon again. Yeah, where do I put everything? Oh, sorry. So that was my sewing. For knitting, I did a, what is this called? Sock head hat. I bought this yarn when I was placing an order with Yarn Canada, and it was like $5 for 2 balls. So I really like how it turned out, and that ought to keep me warm while I'm up snow blowing at the shop. Okay, and then my last knitted project is one of my oh shoot, what did we call that? I was tagged by Jenn to pick so many projects and you would get them finished or do them within a certain time or whatever. This was one of my projects. I'll have to look back on one of my videos, I'm sorry. But I finished this sweater. I love how it turned out. It's warm and squishy, and it is from a pattern book I bought at Value Village, put out by the cookbook company. Company's Coming. And there's a few other projects in that I would like to do as well. So that is my knitting. And cross stitch, I have one old, years ago when I was in a Yahoo group, Canadian cross-stitching group, we all did a square. It had to be a certain size, and then it was sent back to Ontario and put together for a lady as a quilt. And I really liked the square that I did, so I redid it for myself. And this is it here. So I've had it in my box for quite a while. I finished it with some jelly roll squares on the back, and I filled it with crushed walnut shells. And I have a little heart button on there. So I really liked how that turned out, and it sits nice on my shelf. And then a couple ornaments I showed you last time that I finally got fully finished. This one is for my neighbor. I bought this wooden piece from Michael's, and I put some glitter on the back in case the ornament turns. I went back to see if I could get some more of these because I really liked how it finished. And they had lots of all the other ones, the stars and the oblongs and all this other one, but no more of these circles. So, and I finished it with pom-pom trim around the outside edge that I just got from Fabricland. And I really like how it turned out. And then the other one was for my cousin. And I just finished it with some sticky board. And then put a button that I took the shank off with and glued it on the top here, and then the pom-pom trim around the outside edge. And then snowflake fabric on the back. Sorry. All right, so glad to have those finished. And then this one is for my youngest daughter. It's going to be made into a roll pillow. I can't remember what, neck roll or whatever. It says, I love you to the moon and back and more than all the stars in the sky. The sunflower is my addition. I just found one in one of my books. The bees were on the original pattern. Everything else is squished together. I found the paw online and the books and the coffee cup online. And then there'll be some charms that are stars above the stars. So I really like how it turned out, and I can't wait to get those fully finished. And then my friend bought this kit, and she wanted to do them for her grandsons. It's by Design Works. It's little gnomes. And but she's in the middle of doing a full coverage project that is taking all her time. So she asked if I had time, if I wouldn't mind doing them for her. So there's one. I just glued it onto snowflake, a glittery snowflake. I added 3 glittery pom-poms where the pom-pom was. And I really like how they turned out. And then the second one is the same. Pom-poms at the top, and then I added little beads on the trees. They're little petite beads that I just had in my stash. So I really like how that turned out. So my girlfriend will pick those up the next time she comes in for a stitching day. And then this is the one I was working on for my daughter. I like it sitting in this frame or hoop, but I'm thinking I might add some snowflakes for the empty area over here. And then I'll finish it off and finish the back and make it all pretty, and maybe add a bow up here. I don't know, we'll see. I don't want it to be too much. I want her to be able to just hang it up and be done with it, you know, not have to do a lot of work to it. And then the last two, these are for my daughter's stockings. If you're offended by swear words, you might not want to look at this part. And I just used a font generator to, okay, I think they're upside down. One was. Okay, here we go. Okay. I just used a font generator online and then cross-stitched them onto pre-finished bookmarks. And then just ironed on some iron-on fusing on the back that covers some of the stitching and keeps its shape. All right. Now we're going to move on to my whips. this pile here. This is in no particular order. And some of these you may have seen and lots you may not have seen. So this is Little House Needleworks Winter Whites. And this is what I've got so far. And let me just look, I can't remember. Yes, this one will be on my Whip Go board. I've changed the colors, and that fabric is hand-dyed fabric by Rolanda. It had some blue speckling on it, so she gave it to me for a discounted price. So that's on my Whip Go board for 1 square. Hopefully I can get it done in that time, because I'm going to do my Whip Go, like there it is there, Winter Whites, and I'm allowing 10 days. So if I finish it in that time, then all the better. I can move on to something else. The next one is from this Ocean Animals, and it's this killer whale right here. And it is on gray fabric by hand dyed by Rolanda. And this is where I'm at. So, and it is on twice on my, because I would like to get that finished. So it's on my board twice. So 20 days, and then maybe whatever else I can fit it into, like in the magazine monthly challenges and stuff. Next we have, all of my project bags just come from the dollar store. My daughter lets me know when they get new bags in their stationery department. So these ones are just like a mesh, and these ones are like a vinyl, and then these ones are got a little zipper outside pocket, and which is where I usually put my what's in the project. So okay, this one is Stony Creek, and it is Autumn Harvest Blessings. I'm doing them all. I am going to purchase this frame and then just change them out seasonally. I have summer done. I can show you that one. It's on the same fabric that I'm doing autumn on. And autumn is on my board twice. And that's where I, whoop, sorry, I cut that part off a bit. Okay, that's where I am. The A and the T of Autumn and Harvest Blessings. So, and then there's Summer. And as new projects, which you'll see when I show you the rest of my plans, I have winter and spring as well. Next is a project I'm doing for my oldest daughter. She really likes little ducks, and she has them in her as accent in her bathroom. So I've done this one here, and I would like to do this one here with the heart, and then one of these two. I'm not sure yet which one. It depends on how much room I have left. And there's the one duck done. And you can see I have enough room for 2 more. So, and then I'll just frame that and give it. It's not for any special occasion or anything. I showed it to her and she just loves them. So, because I thought if she didn't, then I would just finish it as something for my tray, but she really liked it, so that was good. So this one is Hands-On Designs Meow. It's the block party. I don't have the button or the pins for this one yet. I'll have to order them once I get it done. And this one, I've made a mistake on it. I might be ripping it out if I can't seem to fix it. But that's what I've got done so far. The reason I might rip it out is because, and do it on a different fabric, is because I've got the fish started for the side, and it's really hard to see, even in person. So I may order a different fabric and do it on a darker fabric so that the white shows up. And excuse me. Excuse me. Quackers is on my board, on my Whipco board once. That should get, I would think, quite a few, if not both of those finished. That would be great. Okay, the next one is, I'm going to take the floss out of here because I did this video already yesterday, and yeah. Anyways, this is by Fall Biscornu. And then this is the back side. So this is the side I'm working on, and that's what I've got so far. I don't have very many fall things, so when I saw that, I really liked it. It's in the October 2019 Just Cross Stitch magazine. And this one is my Dragonfly by, it's by Pana, but I got it from mybobbin.com. This is the Dragonfly. And, whoop, which way does it go? Okay, that's, let's put this in behind it. And that's where I am so far. So this is on two times on my Whipco board. And this one is one of my oldest whips. Been around for a long time. It was a kit, stitching mice, or sewing mice. Mice sewing, sorry. I don't know if this is still available or not. And let's put this in behind. Whoops, let's turn that over. Okay, and that's what I've got so far. The dress of the one mice, and working on the, I've got the spools, and then working on the quilt they're sitting on. And this is on twice as well. And the next one is on my scroll frame. And it was a kit as well. Sorry for the crinkling. So this is a Busilla kit. Morning Glories in that beautiful butterfly. And this one, in the kit, they stitch the background and they leave the lattice unstitched. I'm doing it the opposite. I'm stitching the lattice and leaving the background unstitched because my fabric has some really pretty colors in it. This is 14 count Ada by hand dyed by Rolanda. And this is on my Morning Glories. It's on my board twice as well. And the last one, let me just get this put away, is I'm hoping is not a whip in 2022. I'm hoping to have it finished. And it is my Snowman bell pull. It's from a Stony Creek magazine. It takes 4 of them to give you the whole pattern. And let's see, this is how I'm finishing it. And it's families are for seasons because love doesn't melt. And I'll show you what I have left to finish, and then I'll show you how much I've got done already. So this is where I'm at. So we have the daddy that has to go here. There used to be 3 baby snowmen. I'm only doing 2 because I have 2 kids. And then I made the 3rd one into a cat because we've always had a cat. So Mummy is pretty much done, except for a bit more back stitching and stuff. But I'll show you the whole thing. So there's spring. There's summer. There's fall. I have the buttons for the noses. They actually stick out from the material. So and then I'll use beads for the eyes. I think it's French knots, which I'm okay with, but I think I'll use beads. Okay, so I didn't put that one on my Whip Go board because, like I said, I am really hoping that that one is done. So that is that's all my whips. One sec here, let me give it. Now I'm going to show you my whips. Nope, sorry, my projects I'm starting in 2022. This one I'm going to start for my daughter for Christmas next year. It's by Owl Forest Embroidery, and it's called Turtle Quaker. I'm doing it in the DMC colors. I ordered 2 or bought 2 of each one so that I make sure I have enough to in the same kind of dye lot type. And then I bought from the Craft Connection in Edmonton, I got 32 count graceful gray linen. I'm not a fan of linen, but she didn't have anything in even weave